Hello and welcome back to 365 Days with mxmtoon, but with a twist. I'm Maya, a singer, songwriter, video maker, and Oakland native. I'm also a huge fan of history. I love untold stories, gross facts, hidden secrets, anything weird, dark, and funky from the past. This month we have some very special episodes. Each week one of my friends will be taking over the podcast to share their favorite deep cuts with you. Rounding out this fun month of guest hosts is the lovely and very, very funny Noah Kahan. You might know him from songs like Hurt Somebody and False Confidence. We also did a collab back in October of 2020 called Pride. Noah, take it away.
It's 365 with Noah Kahan. New facts every day, so don't leave too soon. I'm gonna teach you stuff, no it won't be tough. Gonna go a year till you've had enough. It's 365 with Noah Kahan.
Today in 2011, the largest tornado outbreak ever recorded hit the U.S. This outbreak lasted 3 days, impacting states in the South, Midwest, and Northeast. Let's look back at what caused this horrific weather event. 2011 super outbreak, as it's now called, was one of the deadliest weather events in United States history. Over 3 days between April 25th and April 28th, 362 tornadoes struck the United States. Before that, the most tornadoes in a 3-day period was 148 in April 1974. Tornadoes are especially popular in the Midwest, as you probably remember from The Wizard of Oz. But this outbreak was so severe that it extended through the Midwest, across the South, and even up the Northeast. Tornado activity correlates with the jet stream, a narrow band of strong air currents that circulates through the air. There are a couple of jet streams in both the northern and southern hemisphere, and when they intersect with the other severe storms, strange things can happen. In 2018, for example, a jet stream picked up sand from the Sahara Desert and carried it all the way to Sochi, Russia, where the deposited sediment made the ski slopes look like an orange Martian landscape. For more on that strange event, see our March 23rd episode. Peak tornado season in the northern hemisphere usually takes place between March and May, when the jet stream can trigger violent weather events. Tornadoes form when warm, humid air meets cool, dry air. The jet stream usually has cooler air, and by the afternoon, the sun can heat up arid, low-lying plains so much that when the cool jet stream passes through, the collision of hot and cool air can cause them to mix together. Hot air rises, cool air sinks, and so these opposing forces can cause an updraft of wind that rotates really quickly, especially if the currents were moving in opposite directions. Plus, when cool air ends up on top of warm air, it can lead to thunderstorms. The thunderstorm and the updraft of wind mix together and feed into each other's energy, causing the wind to move faster and faster. This all happens in a storm cloud, but with the high-speed updraft winds rotating around, the winds form a mesocyclone, the precursor to a tornado. Once a mesocyclone emerges, that's when the meteorologists issue a tornado warning. Not all mesocyclones turn into tornadoes, but if they're powerful enough, they will once they touch the ground. So, what made that spring of 2011 so particularly destructive? Well, the jet stream has troughs and ridges, like a wave. The ridge is a high pressure point, and the troughs are low pressure points. Troughs are closer to the ground and usually cause rainy weather, as well as a direction shift in the wind. You see where this is going? So as the cool air moving one direction collides with hot air moving another direction, and there's already dark, cloudy, rainy weather at play, it creates a literal perfect storm. That's how the outbreak started in the southern plains states. But as it moved towards Ohio, Mississippi, it collided with another especially powerful jet stream, making matters much worse. Tornadoes are ranked on the Enhanced Fujita scale, or the EF scale, which is used to establish the intensity of a tornado. On the low end of the scale, EF0 tornadoes have a wind of 65 to 85 miles per hour. But at EF5, the winds can get up to 200 miles per hour or above. For context, Hurricane Katrina, a Category 5 hurricane, reached 174 mile per hour winds at its peak. Tornadoes can be even more deadly because they appear so suddenly. Hurricanes are dangerous too, really dangerous, but when we know a storm is approaching, we have a little bit of time to prepare. On April 27th alone, there were 4 E5 tornadoes, which is beyond catastrophic. During the span of those 4 days of the outbreak, 324 people died. But 316 of those deaths occurred on the 27th. But even tornadoes on the lower end of the scale are nothing to balk at. An EF2 tornado is strong enough to destroy mobile homes. The single most destructive of these 362 tornadoes hit Tuscaloosa, Alabama, killing 65 people there. In this college town, home to the University of Alabama, the cost of debris removal would cost up to $100 million. And that doesn't even count the cost of rebuilding several torn-down structures and power lines. Across the whole country, the cost to repair the damage was over $10.2 billion. In the aftermath, President Obama declared a state of emergency in Alabama, deploying National Guard troops and offering federal assistance. Since this disaster in 2011, the state government in Alabama created reports and plans that will help dictate how to react should such a horrific storm ever descend again. Now let's talk about music. Today in 2019, Kim Petras released Broken, a song that appears on her debut record Clarity. She called the toned-down trap pop song, quote, the first taster from her new era. She continued to release one lyric video per week for 9 weeks, the songs taking us through the aftermath of a breakup, through getting back on her feet. Finally, on June 28th, she released a full album, Clarity. On this day, in 2009, I went to lacrosse practice, and the coach, who was this like college kid who was helping coach us because we were the B team and I sucked at lacrosse because I don't know, I just stink at it. The coach said he had to go to the bathroom, and I was like, oh, he's going to go walk over to the bathroom. And he walked to the middle of the field we were practicing on and just knelt down and peed. And, you know, I was in 7th grade and I just thought that was really inappropriate and weird. So yeah, that's what happened today. And it wasn't, I don't know if it's a crime, but it was weird. And I think about it a lot. Hey y'all, thank you so much for going back in time with me. And remember to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Come back tomorrow for more stories from the past.
It's 365 with Noah Kahan. New facts every day, so don't leave too soon. I'm gonna teach you stuff, no it won't be tough. Gonna go a year till you've had enough. It's